Nothing really truly is so appalling as a person who is blind and yet believe that they can see. Whew. Seems to be the age-old adage, huh? I mean, we have so many people that actually truthfully believe and that think that they know what's going on. Now, I didn't mean that, or nor am I stating this or saying this to be negative, nor to be derogatory towards anyone, but I do want to be actual and factual. Now listen to me. I'm going to paint a picture here just for a second in case you don't know what's going on. And many of you already do know what's going on, but I want to inform the people because I've got a lot of new listeners, And you've never heard of this, and you probably never even considered what I'm getting ready to say. So I want to try to bring you online real quick what's happening around the world and what's going on in the world and the reason why we're in the shape and the condition that we're in today. Number one, you have to understand this. I'm sure that you've heard the term NWO or New World Order. NWO or New World Order. I'm sure you heard that term before. Understand this. We have a globalist, New World Order, global agenda. All the movers and shakers. It makes no difference who they are, whether it be Democrats or Republican rats. It makes no difference. Or let me be respectful. Democrats or Republicans. It makes no difference. You see, they may all get up in front of the TV camera, masquerade, grandstands, and stage play in front of you people and act like that they're opposed to each other. But the truth is, when you watch their voting records and see what they do, whether it be George W. Bush or Barack Hussein Obama, it makes no difference. All of them are liberal on their policies. Every single one of them. Now, they'll get up and fight a little bit against each other to deceive the general public and to throw your sight off of certain areas that you should be paying attention to. But you have to understand this is the nature of politics, and they're not about to let you in on politics and what's going on. You need to start seeing the reason why they're doing certain things right now in this world. I mean, why in the world did the Twin Towers get so-called knocked down when we knew they got blew up? And then we end up in all these wars. What was the purpose for it? Why? What was the reason? And why we in wars on so many fronts? You have to understand, this is a global agenda that's going on. Oh, they're going to lie to you. And they're going to put front men up in front of you, front women up in front of you. And they're going to tell you what they want you to hear and believe. But they want you to focus on that and not the reality of the truth of what's really, truly going on. And we're in trouble. We're in some very, very serious trouble if you don't understand this. Because the way our society is functioning right now, the way that the news media is functioning right now, it's all heading towards a global agenda. I'll give you another example, okay? The European Union, the EU, okay? The EU. You got 27-something nations that tried to all join together, combine so-called countries and resources to become one, and they want to call it the European Union. But what's happening? You see what's happening. The collapse of the European Union is imminent, just like the collapse of the dollar is imminent. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of when. And I know most of you don't even care about what that means, but you're watching. Now, I'm going to tell you something that the news media and everybody else ain't going to tell you. The only way that the European Union will work, I want y'all to listen to me real close. Listen to me very closely. Listen to me. Listen to me. The only way that the European Union will work is if every single nation involved in the European Union give up their national sovereignty. Now, back across the pond over here in the United States, why you think that we have the politicians selling the country down the tube, eroding all the civil liberties as fast as they can and quick as they can and possible with all these false flags? Why do you think they do it? And what are they after? You think they really care about all the externals of what's going on? No, this is all about passing laws and making laws to take away your civil liberties, your rights and your freedoms to literally live and exist and to be free. That's what it's all about. Yes, it is too. I want to hear about all this other junk that's going on. It's a global agenda. And so no matter what wars they are, no matter what they seem to be thinking that they're trying to do and stuff, it's all about setting up a new world order. That's what it's all about. It's a global agenda. It's nations without borders, yet all up under a world court, a world laws, a union. It's amazing. But Germany can't foot the bill for all these people. And the only way that the European Union over there is going to succeed is that every one of them got to give up that national sovereignty, in which just as well as I do, that nations want to remain independent. No nation want to go and bow down under the laws and statutes and commandments of another nation and lose their total sovereignty. They want to be independent. I'm going to tell you something. The European Union is doomed. It's destined. It's going to fail. It's not a matter if, it's a matter when. I don't care how many meetings Sarkozy and Merkel go to and attend. Every time you turn around, they have a powwow. They got a summit. They have a powwow. They have a summit. They have a powwow and they have a summit. To all the what in? For what in? For what? Huh? What about us over here? Why even? Watch. I told you. Go back in my videos. I told you that the Republicans are going to cave in. They're going to print money. No, we ain't going to move. We ain't going to move. They will print money because it's in their best interest to keep deceiving you as the people. Now I'm sitting up here watching all these stories coming into me, how that the IRS is trying to do everything they can, which is the strong arm and the right arm and the right hand brutality of the government, to try to recruit every single nickel and penny and dollar that they can from the citizens. Why? Because Pastor Dow has tried to educate you and told you that government cannot produce anything. They can only take. And since we're bankrupt as a country, they don't know how to balance the checkbook, and they never intended on balancing the checkbook because it's in the best interest of the globalists to make this country collapse. This empire has done had a great run, and now it's over. It's over. And so you need to end up going into the next shift with an informed mind so that you're not caught. As the proverbial saying says, I ain't going to go that way, but you're not caught unawares. You're not caught surprised. And if you don't know how to make moves, and if you can't see the forest for the trees, then you deserve exactly what you get. That's the reason why you have so many people like me that, man, it sounds like that we're speaking another language. Because when we're talking, as much as we captivate and grab a hold of your attention, some way, somehow, you can't make any sense, cannot connect the dots, and start becoming, look at this, doers of what we're saying. Simple principle in the Bible. If a man don't work, what does it say? He shouldn't what? He shouldn't what? He shouldn't eat. Isn't that something? Now, most of you will call that harsh if you got this liberal globalist agenda. But, you know, if you're a real true man, the Most High has put it into you to take care of your family. And if you don't take care of your family, then you're not a man. It's just that simple. Our country has sold us out to the bankers. Now, even our congressmen are sitting up and saying, you know, we can't throw these bankers in jail. It wouldn't be good for us. How are we going to exist as a country? Now the bankers have diplomatic immunity to rape, rob, economically murder, pillage every single citizen. And then we spend all our energy going after people like Julian Assange. For what? For whistleblowing, telling the truth, and you got mad because you got caught and you don't like nobody telling the truth and you want to keep on grandstanding and stage playing? See, here in America, whenever the people are protesting across seas, we see every bit of it. But the people across the seas, they don't see all the protest that is going on with the Occupy movements over here in America. And you got to wonder, I'm gonna YouTube this after I get off this, and I want to know if the Occupy movements are even still alive, because even our news media are not even covering it anymore. Did everybody pack up their tits and go home? Is the movement still alive, or is it dead? You see, you have to understand times and what's going on, so you won't have wasted energy and wasted time, and you'll start making the best and the most of your day. And I'm going to end this again. I'm going to end this again a solid way. Work on building good, sound relationships. And the only way you can do that, in order for a man to have friends, he must first show himself friendly. Whew. I was saying to a brother the other day, I said, you know what? Look at the little community that we have here Straightway. This thing wasn't built because we were playing football. You can't build a community playing football. No, you can't. You may, if you are one of the few people to get an opportunity to get to the NFL and sell out, and get a gag order put on you and get your freedom of speech eroded from you, may be able to get out there and make a bunch of money, but you ain't no free man. You under contract. So it's amazing. But communities are not built by nothing but hard working men. Homesteads are built by hard working men. Yeah, they are. Hard working sisters to take care of the men. And that's the reason why a lot of people, it's impossible for them to even fundamentally exist with the community because they simply don't want to work. And I'm telling you, you're going to have to get it through your thick heads and your minds. I don't know how to do it. I've tried to put every defibrillator I can possible up on your conscience. You better pick it up real quick, fast, in a hurry. Listen to me real close. You better start paying attention to what's going on in this world, because if you don't, you finish and you done for. And let me throw this in there. Hey, I have friends and I have saints that are family. And that's all I care about. I don't care about your mama. I don't care about your daddy. I don't care about your daughter. I don't care about your son, your niece, your grandchildren, your meemaws, your hee-haws. None of that. I don't care about none of that. I'm only going to have people, and you would do well to follow this advice, that is surrounding and being around me, that fears the Most High Yah, that fears the Creator of the universe, and keep His commandments. And that's it, period. I'm not all about this feeling and emotion junk. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. I ain't going back there ever again. Been burned too many times by so-called good-natured people. I'm going to watch people actions, and I would admonish you to do the same things. You see if people line up with their words and see if they are men and women of integrity. Build a strong relationship with those kind of people, because ultimately it's going to benefit the whole in the end. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. Whether you like it or not, and you can stomach it or not. And if you don't like it, go take some Pepto-Bismol.